It's me, Amanda Diaz from Desert Valleys, here with the president of Ridgecrest Community Garden, Tyrone Ledford. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm extremely excited to be here and to talk about the things we have.
Hot.
As always, right? Summer is approaching.
I know. But before we dive into anything with the garden, an intro again. Oh, sorry, guys. Then we're doing an intro again. This is Tyrone, president of the Ridgecrest Community Garden.
Hi, how are you? I'm Tyrone, the president of the Ridgecrest Community Garden, also the president of Holistic Divine Innovations, which is the 501c3 behind the Ridgecrest Community Garden. So we are extremely excited to be here and talk about everything we have going on.
I'm excited for this. I'm not a green thumb, but I'm excited. So before we dive on in, let's talk a little introduction. So who are you, what you do, and what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Okay.
I know.
Um,
We like to get
well,
to know each other like a little bit. And I mean,
it's a hard question.
it's always a hard one.
Let's see. Well, I'm Tyrone. I am a child development professor at Saracoso Community College, which
Okay.
is what brought me here to Ridgecrest. I am originally from Compton, California.
Okay.
I have a huge background in child development, human development, and mental health, which played a large role in
Amazing.
why, we built the Ridgecrest Community Garden, which we will get into that, throughout the
Yeah.
podcast. But my favorite food, I would have to say, I don't know. I'm a huge pasta guy, so
Ooh,
I love
good
pasta.
one.
I love pasta.
Do you have a favorite pasta dish? Like your go-to? That's like me
I
with
would say like a
potatoes.
mushroom sauce pasta.
Ooh, okay.
I'm huge on mushroom sauce.
Okay.
It's super delicious.
There we go. So I think I would have to go with pesto. Pesto's my
Hmm.
jam. I love basil anything.
You know, as a gardener, I love growing. I love growing basil, but pesto pasta is way too. I don't know. It's too much for me.
Oh, not me. Give me all the basil. I'm also a cilantro person. Give me all the cilantro.
Cilantro. I love cilantro too.
I
We grow
feel
a lot
bad
of
for
that.
those people that some like it's genetically or
Uh huh.
something like it tastes like soap, and I'm like,
Wait, you've heard someone said that to you before?
yeah, like
Cilantro tastes like
cilantro.
soap.
So people
Wow.
that are allergic, so supposedly it's an allergy or something. I don't know.
Hmm,
Someone drop a comment if I'm wrong. Google this for me. Um,
that is interesting.
if they're allergic, some people taste cilantro and it tastes like soap.
I can't relate.
I
I
feel
would have never. That's not anything that would ever cross my mind.
right.
That cilantro tastes like soap.
I love cilantro. I love is that Subway or anywhere like with sandwiches and stuff.
Uh
I
huh.
love putting cilantro on there.
Have you had fresh cilantro from your yard,
I have
freshly picked? So
not.
you've never had cilantro
Oh, okay.
then?
But you said you grow it at the garden.
Yeah, we grow cilantro at the garden. I grow a lot of cilantro at home. You
Okay.
have to taste freshly picked cilantro
Well,
versus store bought. It tastes extremely different.
okay, all y'all, we're gonna dive right on in then because
Mm.
I want to learn more about everything that's there. Because when I went there on Friday, I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" So let's start it. So last week, I don't know if you guys saw, but I did stop by the garden, got to meet
Mhm.
Tyrone and his wonderful son. So I know he's like sitting there. And
He's my partner in crime. He was there throughout the whole process of building the Ridgecrest Community Garden.
I was gonna say that day he was there, he went in ahead of us and was
Uh-huh.
like checking on everything,
Yeah.
looking, and it wasn't just running around like a normal kid, like my kid's a dust devil, like checking things out. He was like actually caring for the items.
Yeah, those are his babies. He loves the garden. He was a part of building it, so he understands the concept that this is what we do to help feed people, and this is how we be sustainable is through gardening and agriculture. The question I always ask him is why did we build the garden? He'll answer. He'll tell you to help feed people.
That is
So it's a concept.
amazing.
It's a way of life and morality that we're teaching him throughout the process of it.
So, what exactly sparked the idea of the community garden?
Mhm.
I mean, have you been a part of one before?
Yes, actually, my organization, we direct the Compton Community Garden. So we have a huge hand in gardening. Um, I've been gardening since I was a young child. My grandmother actually taught me how to garden when I was younger.
Go, Grandma.
Yeah, which
Woo!
I wasn't conscious about it. She would just have us flipping over dirt and creating rows, and then we would plant stuff. So we weren't really conscious doing it, but it's something she instilled in me at a young age.
Like having fun with
Like
it.
having fun with it, actually seeing the output of your input.
I think that would be the like most fulfilling part of it.
Hmm.
At the start of quarantine last year, like I said,
Yeah.
my son, I got him a succulent because I was
Uh-huh.
like, okay, first of all, I kill these things more than possible. And then I actually started learning with it.
It's actually hard to
Hi, I'm
kill succulents.
Amanda. Nice to meet you.
That is why we need a community garden, right?
Exactly.
It,
And
it teaches a lot of concepts. One of the concepts we teach through gardening is what you nurture will grow. So it
okay.
ties back into mental health. I worked in mental health for a while, and I would do interventions through gardening. And what I would teach my clients is that whatever you nurture, if you nurture negative thoughts, if you nurture, you know, positive thoughts, that is what will grow.
Ooh, that
So
resonates with
we
me.
would do gardening, and then we would do the whole process of gardening, and tilling and planting the seed and watering and weeding, and then we would actually watch our plants grow. If we don't water it, if we don't provide the nutrients, what's going to happen? It's going to die,
It's
right?
going
It's
to
not
die.
going to grow.
Or if you overwater
If you
things.
overwater, or if so the whole concept is, nurturing, creating the environment for yourself, for your plants, and how you nurture your plants, what you put into it is what you will get. And that is a concept of just life in general, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually like words of wisdom for day to day life. So, but I think that's amazing. It's
Uh-huh.
been a wonderful experience just being there and seeing it, like seeing it come to fruition.
Yes. So a
So,
lot of people were there to witness. I mean, we started. So what the process of creating a community garden
mhm.
was me really looking around, looking for vacant lots, and
And
I
was this you alone going out there? Did you
no,
have
myself and
partners?
my wife going out, and our family, just my wife and my kids. We would drive around. We would look for vacant lots. I would let my kids go and run around, kind of, because I believe in energy. So you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
that the energy would drive you towards your purpose. So we would do that, and we found a few vacant lots that we were interested in. But when we went to Hallowed, it reminded me of Compton.
And it's at 231.
231, yes, 231 West Hallowed Ave. And when we stood on that lot and we looked at the neighborhood, it reminded me of like the neighborhood I grew up in Compton.
Okay.
Like it's many different
So it
cultures.
had
It's
some roots,
Yes, it
so
had
to
some
say.
roots, and then the process was like, how would we have benefited from a community garden?
Okay.
So we felt extremely connected to that parcel and just the neighborhood around it. And that was that.
That's amazing. So how long after you guys moved here did you start the idea?
I we moved in August 5th, 3rd, one of those days. And
2019?
2019.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So then um it actually started on Facebook. So
Social media,
the
the joys.
the idea started in like December, January. We wanted to do it, but
Okay.
we didn't know exactly where or how we were going to do it. But then I started reaching out to the community on Facebook after the pandemic hit, because that was pretty much the only way to have any kind of contact with the community.
Yeah.
And I asked them, how would you feel if we had a community garden here in Ridgecrest?
Okay.
And
I
I
can
think,
only imagine that like went
yeah,
like
that
wildfire.
that post got maybe around 125 like likes and close to 100 comments, with
Okay.
everyone, at the same time, oh, we would love a community garden, but at the same time, it's not possible. We're in Ridgecrest, we're in a desert. You can't grow. You're going to grow some very expensive tomatoes.
It
The
was very
water
eye-opening to me,
prices,
like the things
yeah.
that can grow here.
The things that you can grow here is just it's limitless. And what the concept I try to teach people is that if you have a lawn full of grass, it takes significantly, maybe 60% more water
Wow.
to upkeep your lawn than it does a full community garden.
Wow.
So, I mean, you've seen the amount of plants we have there. We have over 30 beds, we have fruit trees,
Mhm.
and we pay around $47 a month for water.
I highly recommend to everyone watching, listening on the podcast, everything, at least just drive by. It's amazing.
And we have
So,
food that's ready to harvest too. So it's always available for people to come in
so leading
and
into
harvest some
that,
stuff.
um, what are the hours of operations that any resident could go there? Like, can they harvest on their own? Are there specific hours?
Yeah, we're usually there in the mornings. Usually from 9 to 11, on Saturdays from 9 to 12.
Hmm.
We are creating a sign that's going to teach everyone how to harvest because we don't
That's
want people harvesting things when it's not ready.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
someone wants to walk in there and just like weed whack.
grab it, yeah, right. Grab something. It's just like, it's bitter. No, it's not ready.
Okay.
So yeah, the garden is always open, even if someone is not there. We do not lock the gate. We don't want
Okay.
to. We don't want to seem exclusive to the community. We are very inclusive, and it's always open. You can go in. You can check things out. If it's ready, and we've had conversations about harvesting, and if it's you can harvest something. So I mean, we have a lot of things that are actually ready to harvest right now. So people who come in and
Okay.
volunteer, they always leave with something.
What are some of the items ready for harvest right now?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we
Let's
have,
talk more food. Let's talk
let's
about
talk
this.
food,
Come
right?
on.
So we have a different variety of Swiss chard that's actually ready to
Ooh.
harvest. We have dinosaur kale, curly kale that's
Oh,
ready to
done.
harvest.
After this, I'm gonna go get me some dinosaur kale.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing in salads. We have some spinach. We have tons of jalapenos. We
Ooh.
have tomatoes that are ready to harvest. We have tons of chamomile. Actually, I'm going to harvest the chamomile tomorrow for some herbal teas, actually. So,
There's
yeah,
an event coming up
there's an
about
event coming
that.
up, and we are extremely, there's a lot coming up, actually.
I promise we'll talk about that, guys. Stay tuned
That we are
today.
extremely excited about. But yeah, I encourage everyone to come to the community garden. I love when people come for the first time. They're like, it's just a concept that's just like, wow, it's so green here. So
Well,
much stuff here.
it's beautiful to see that this life can grow here.
Hmm.
Like you said, there's people that say it's the desert, it's never going to happen. It's, you know, you grow what
You,
you nurture,
yeah,
like you
yeah.
said.
It's I don't believe in green thumb, black thumb. I
Oh.
think I think it's when people say I can't grow, then you can't grow. That's why you can't grow.
Oh, good.
What people don't understand is that plants are living organisms. We are exchanging energy all the time. We did a presentation on how plants can aid in your mental health
Okay.
and how you have trauma, you have triggers, and everything. You can have happy triggers, you can have things that trigger your anger. But if you are conscious about it, when you see a plant or you see something beautiful, you see like beautiful roses, it triggers what? Your happiness.
I hope so.
Yeah, like I have things when you have a fragrance, when you smell chocolate mint or lemon balm, it makes you
Mm,
feel good. And it's your brain receptors that it's connecting with and it's triggering that happy feeling because that fragrance makes you happy. So it's the same
okay.
thing. Like if you smell something disgusting, if you smell vomit, what is it going to trigger?
My kid at 11:30 with the stomach flu.
So it's all in the same thing. So plants trigger happiness, and we use them for its medicinal and nutritional properties. It can actually heal us. They have a lot of healing properties.
So, do you guys do like little clips, videos,
Uh-huh.
anything on Facebook that people can follow and see what's happening or see, hey, can I grow this at home? Or can people even ask questions like, I'm interested, can I grow something at home in my windowsill?
Yes, I do lives all the time. I'm like the random live pop up. I don't know what you want to call it. A random live person. I'll just randomly go live if I'm in my garden. because I teach a lot of concepts of home gardening too. Because the one of the main purposes of the community garden is to grow to have a sustainable community and to teach people how to grow sustainable gardens in case of another big pandemic
An earthquake.
or earthquake or anything, that we will have the tools and the resources to take care of each other, to take care of our families and take care of each other. So if we are growing and we know how to grow and we have the knowledge and we all
Mhm.
have flourishing gardens, we're not going to be in a state of emergency. So
Okay.
that is one of the concepts, is to actually have a sustainable community through the use practice of gardening and agriculture.
So that was one of that's probably my top favorite thing going to the garden.
Hmm.
Was learning about the beds there.
Yes.
How the bigger beds are open for people
Uh-huh.
to come and harvest from.
Yes.
And then there's also some smaller beds on the lot. Can
Uh-huh.
you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, they're not that much smaller.
Well, there's a little you can tell like a little bit
There's a little size
visually. You
difference,
can you can
yeah.
see it.
So
So
we
to the
have
right, I should say
uh-huh.
was
So we have
of the lot.
4x6 beds, and those, I think we have 15 of those beds
Mhm.
currently, and those beds are to grow food to give away free produce to the community.
Okay.
And then
And
we
that was
have
to the left of the
that's to
lot.
the left,
Okay.
yes. And then to the right of the lot, we have our subscriber beds. So people can come in, they can rent out a raised bed for $80. Usually we have
$80 a month,
$80 a year.
a year.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so
Ooh.
it's extremely affordable, and you get so much out of it.
Okay.
But usually with the subscriber beds, at least for this year, we had a lot of people come in and sponsor the beds. So they
Mhm.
came in and paid for 3 or 4 or 5 raised beds for us to find
So
people to
like different
sponsor.
businesses, different
People,
people.
yeah, people in
Oh,
the
shout
community.
out to you
Yeah,
people.
that's a
Go
part of our,
community.
pay it forward.
Right.
So if you, that is how we create a sustainable community as well. Is if you have more, pay it forward and help take care of the people who
It's like the
have, yeah.
give a penny, take a penny.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So we had a lot of people come in and sponsor a few raised beds, and then we just went, I went walking through the community to ask people, hey, are you interested in learning how to grow your own food? And, you would be sponsored. You wouldn't have to pay anything for the year. Most of our beds were actually sponsored, which is amazing. A lot
Oh.
of people didn't have to actually pay for their raised beds. And it's for people who need food resources.
Hmm.
And if you want to learn how to garden, we're there. We teach them all of the concepts of gardening. We give them all of the resources. They have access to our seeds or soil. We're starting seedlings every month, every couple few weeks. So we always have seedlings available for them to plant
Wow.
into their beds. I mean, you can see if you walk through, their beds are full. They're taken care of.
Yes.
We use a
And it's
community,
kind of cute how they all have like their different
the little
paintings
designs
and
and
designs.
painting and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing. It really uplifts the community, and it teaches how to be as one with the community. So, we don't let their plants die. We
Hmm.
all take care of each other's beds, and we all take care of each other's plants. And it really does show like the
So if life
concept of,
happens,
yes.
you don't have to worry about, okay, I was trying and it
Uh-huh.
died. Like everyone's helping
Yeah,
each
it's like a
other.
each one reach one type
Oh,
of concept we have going on there.
very cool. That's awesome. And so the items for like the beds and
Uh-huh.
everything were donated as well from the community?
Yes, this is one of the things that I really emphasize, because I get a lot of credit for it, for building a community garden.
Being the
But
face of the
yeah, being the face of
organization.
it and the organization, and everyone is always seeing my face everywhere. But I didn't build the community garden. The community built the garden. There's no possible way I could have done that on my own. So we had tons of people come out and actually help clean the lot when it was completely empty and bare.
So did it start as just like a dirt lot,
It started off as
tumbleweeds,
tumbleweeds, weeds, dirt,
foundation? That is a
glass.
residential area. So was
Yes.
there a
No.
foundation? Nothing?
No, I
Okay.
think the house
Wow.
that was there before got burned down maybe around like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So there was nothing. It was trashy, lots of glass, lots of trash and tumbleweeds and stuff.
It was
So
neglected.
yes.
Okay.
So the community came out and helped clean it up. Someone brought their tractor. They
Oh.
helped even out the whole lot. Everything there came from, like, we didn't get any grants, no large grants to build it. All of the resources, the money, the wood, the soil, um, the greenhouse, the shed,
Hmm.
all of that was donated by either community members,
Wow.
businesses. The Ridgecrest Regional Hospital stepped in and they gave us some donations to help us build it. So it was all a community effort. And it's just a huge concept because I think communities in general struggle with being a community. And I think Ridgecrest is really piloting how to be a resourceful community.
Well, I think after the earthquakes, you
Hmm.
definitely felt that sense of community here.
Yes. Well, I wasn't here
Like,
for the earthquakes. I
yeah. So
came
I was gonna
right
say you're right
after.
after at that time, and I was going through some health struggles at the time.
Hmm.
I had cancer, and it was just seeing overall the amount of people that step up, and that's just me personally. Like,
Yeah.
and like through that journey, I heard so many other people that say, someone else helped me, my neighbor helped me, people
Hmm.
I didn't know helped me, and it started honing in on like this is a hometown vibe.
Hmm.
Like there's community and like
Yes.
emphasis on unity
Hmm.
and that hometown. So this is just amazing to hear.
Yeah, it was. It was amazing to experience, and we did this
And it sounds like it's
on
been forever, but
paper.
everybody, it hasn't even been a year
We got approved July 28th. So
of
it had of
2020.
2020. So the community garden has been built and fully flourishing in less than a year.
That is
And there's
fantastic.
no possible way I could have done that on my
That is
own.
amazing. That is like supernatural. Like,
It's I mean it's the concept of a community. I gave a speech at the garden and I said the community is not made up of the politicians and everyone else. Like it's the actual people that live together
it's
makes up
not
the
just the face
community.
you see, it's
Yeah,
all the
it's
behind the
everyone. There's
scenes.
so many micro. There's a micro. We're a micro community. We're very small. We're very intimate. We're like, oh, everyone. We
And we're
all work
disconnected
together.
from everywhere.
Oh
Like, well,
yeah,
let's be honest, we're a
we're
little bit out here.
disconnected. We're in the middle of no,
Nowhere.
but middle of everything at the same time.
I guess,
Everything
yeah.
like Bakersfield is 2 hours away. Lancaster,
Everywhere's like two,
Victorville,
three
yeah. So
hours.
we're like in the middle of everything, but
It's always
in
funny
the
when
middle
you
of
go out of
nowhere.
town and people, like you say, oh, I'm from Ridgecrest, and you
Uh-huh.
anticipate no one knowing. And they're like, oh, I know that
Mm,
place. And I'm like,
yeah, the earthquake
what?
place.
They're like, well, that. Or they're like, yeah, you're my last stop before Mammoth. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Hmm.
So let's talk about what's up next for the garden
Hmm.
or the holistic innovations, I should
Yes.
say. What is up next? That's kind of a big deal, guys.
Well, next we are building a herbal Zen garden. So
So
we
exciting.
are, our organization, Holistic Divine Innovations. We stand for holistic practices, self sustainability, using plant medicine, and you know, health, wellness, and healing. So it is a big ordeal for us to build this herbal garden.
So is there one similar in Compton area
No,
that
we don't have.
Oh,
Yeah, the Compton Community Garden is very similar to the Ridgecrest Community Garden. So we
okay.
provide a lot of
So the
free
herbal
organic
Zen garden is
produce.
somewhere
It's
new,
something
a whole
extremely
new.
new. Yeah,
Okay.
I've personally never seen a herbal Zen garden. So this is coming purely from vision, imagination. I practice herbal medicine at home.
Okay.
We make tinctures. My wife, she makes herbal soaps.
For
We make
anyone who doesn't know, what is a tincture?
a tincture is a herbal medicine.
Okay.
So you can make it using alcohol. You can use like vodka. You can use a tequila or
Ooh.
any kind of alcohol, and then you are soaking your herbs in your alcohol. So what's going to happen is that all
Oh.
of the nutrients, all of the properties of the herbs will soak into the alcohol, and then you can use it as a herbal plant medicine. So it depending
Interesting.
on how the type of herbs you use, you have to be very intentional. If you want it to have a calming effect, you will use
Like
herbs that
lavender.
lavender, lemon balm, mint,
Okay.
chamomile, sage,
Which you'll be
rosemary. You'll
harvesting
use
tomorrow.
yes.
Okay.
So you will use a lot of the calming herbs if you wanted to have like a respiratory effect, like if you have asthma or anything like that, you have difficulty breathing, you would use like lemon thyme, you would use rosemary, you'll use parsley, even like cilantro stuff because they have
There's that
medicinal
cilantro.
properties. I love cilantro. They have, or even oregano, because they all have medicinal properties that helps with your respiratory
That's amazing. So,
system.
will you be having events for that as well to learn more about like the different like or maybe showcasing different herbs?
Yes.
Yes.
This Saturday, we're having an event to promote our herbal garden, and we are going to be giving away herbal tea blends that I am making from my home garden. So I am harvesting all of my herbs at
Oh,
my home garden.
you're
And
going for it.
yeah, I mean, this is how, and not interesting, but this is how you create sustainable gardens. Like I
Mhm.
have literally enough herbs at home that's flourishing to make maybe around like 100 tea blends and to make tinctures, like just
Whoa.
all in one harvest. And then they'll grow back because they're mostly all perennial herbs. So they'll grow back.
What does perennial
So
mean?
perennial is they grow and spread on their own. So they don't die
Oh,
out and then come back. They just
okay.
continue to grow. So you get perennial herbs maybe for around like 4 or 5 years without replanting.
That is
Annual plants,
insane.
yeah, annual plants, they die out every year. You have to replant them.
So
But
is that like an
perennial,
orchid?
they
Because someone told me like your orchid dies and then it comes back, and I was like, it ain't coming back,
nah.
y'all.
So yeah, I like to like I go with perennial. I love perennial herbs. So you have
Okay.
mint. Mint is perennial. Lavender. You have rosemary. You have thyme, lemon balm. All of those things
Rosemary.
are perennial.
My parents have like a rosemary bush in their
Uh-huh.
backyard, and it just smells so
So amazing.
fantastic. And it always just it just takes over.
Uh huh. Well,
So,
they have tons of medicine in their backyard.
oh, good to
Yeah,
know.
rosemary is called the plant of remembrance because it helps with your cognitive function
Hmm.
and it helps you. It helps with your memory.
Oh,
People don't
okay.
know that. I am like a herbal medicine person.
That is amazing to know.
Yeah, and actually at our event this Saturday, we're going to be doing. Obviously, we're going to be giving out away lots of herbal tea blends, but I'm
Hmm.
also going to be giving away tinctures,
Okay.
and we're going to have a live tincture making workshop.
And what time is the event? Where is it at? And then what time is the live?
The event will be from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Ridgecrest Community Garden. So if you
Okay.
haven't been there, this is a perfect opportunity for you to come in and see what's going on and see the garden for the first time and learn about the next project that's going on.
Yes, that's amazing.
Uh-huh.
And then live sometime between 10 and 1?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we will try to start by doing, so we're going to start with a sound bath. It's a meditative technique,
Okay.
calming technique. So we're going to start with the sound bath, and then we will start with our tincture making workshop. We'll
Okay.
try to get all that stuff out the way early
So,
so we're going to actually have it live. It's going to be in person, and we're also going to have it live on Facebook.
oh, so like we could come and like
Hmm.
I could actually hands on like make
Yes,
something.
you can hands on,
Whoa.
hands on show everyone how to make a tincture. We won't be doing everyone making tinctures because
Yeah,
that'll
no,
just be way. I don't have
absolutely.
enough herbs for that. That's why we're building a herbal garden. Once we build the herbal garden, we're going to be having so many herbs, and we will have a lot of that stuff where it's more hands on, and people will actually be able to come in
Hmm.
and work with herbs. And I teach people how to make. Like how you use herbs on
Is
your
that like
on
a
your
mortar
food.
and pedestal type
Yes. Uh-huh.
thing? Okay,
So yeah, depending
yeah.
on how you harvest and you work with your herbs, you can create powders. You can create actual blends that you use for cooking, and you
Mhm.
can also create
Back to food, guys.
all sorts of things. Like we can make pesto live.
Oh, he just called me out, y'all.
Call you out. You can
Okay,
come and we
okay.
can make some live
Ooh.
pesto with
Okay, we'll
all of
do
the
this.
sweet basil you want to
Oh, bring it on. You guys, cooking with Manda. It's like
Yeah,
my Gordon Ramsay dream.
yeah. I mean, you can go live and we can host you, and you can do your cooking with Amanda.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do
But
it.
we also have like our tea blends, and um, yeah, we're going to be teaching a lot about the medicinal properties of plants, specifically herbs,
Okay.
and how to blend certain herbs to get the effect you want.
Okay.
So that is how you create, plant medicine. Honestly,
That'll be awesome. So, do you already have a space for the herbal Zen garden? Are we
um,
trying to get there, community? Hint, hint.
Do we have a lot of space?
Do you have a lot already?
Oh, yes. We were gifted a lot by a kind gentleman, very generous. He is actually not even out here right now. He's in a different country, and
Oh, what?
he was following our Ridgecrest Community Garden page, and he saw the work we were doing, and he wanted to help us expand. So he donated one of his
That's
empty. Yeah,
amazing.
I was in not. I don't want to say impressed, but I was
I
very
would be very,
humbled.
yeah, I was gonna say
I
humbled
was
if that was,
extremely humbled because I think it's very special and very, I'm very honored for him to see the vision
yeah.
without even we haven't even spoken on the phone yet.
Oh,
It was all via email, and he was able to see the vision and
well, if
see
he's
the
watching
impact.
today or
I
watching the
know.
replay, like high five. Thank you so
Yes, I think
much.
that was amazing. And what he did was really give us the opportunity to expand and to really help restore the health and the well-being of people in the community.
So will that be next to the Halloid, the community garden? Will it be somewhere
No,
else
that
in
would be
Ridgecrest?
on Commercial Ave. So the address is
Okay.
704 East Commercial Ave. So we're going to be using that lot to build the
Okay.
herbal garden, and then we have other projects that we will be working on in the
Yeah.
future.
How many hours in a day do you have? Because I would love to know
You
all the
know what? I like
projects.
to utilize every waking hour.
Hey,
if,
there we go.
if I'm not teaching, I teach 6 courses right now for Saracoso. So if I'm not teaching and grading papers, I'm home gardening.
Okay.
My family and my kids, we are always doing something. If we're not home gardening, we're at the community garden. We're,
That's amazing.
we're running campaigns and, so we're extremely active.
How can the community get involved right now to help either garden?
Uh-huh. We're always looking for volunteers at the Ridgecrest Community Garden. We're always weeding, we're always planting,
Okay.
we're always, doing harvest, doing a lot of composting. So you can always just stop by the Ridgecrest Community Garden, or you can always contact us via email, communitygarden.ridgecrest@gmail.com. Reach out to us for volunteer opportunities.
Can they reach out on Facebook?
Oh, yes. I would
Okay.
say the easiest way is to reach out on Facebook. We're always on Facebook. So you can reach out on the Ridgecrest Community Garden page. Just
Okay.
message us. We also have a Ridgecrest Community Garden group. We have a lot of stuff going on.
Look at that.
We have a
So-
group. It serves more so as a garden community. So,
Okay. So,
whoever
like, ask
has,
questions,
ask
things like
questions,
that,
post your
learn.
garden, inspire people. We're always, a lot of people are always posting what they're growing, and
Amazing.
so we're really trying to uplift the garden agriculture community here.
Well, I think it hit at the perfect time. Like you said, you started last year and
Uh-huh.
people were home.
Uh-huh.
So it was basically a perfect storm.
Yeah, it was extremely aligned with what's going on in the world today.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
I think after COVID hit, it opened up a lot of eyes,
Mhm.
and, especially for Ridgecrest, because we don't have a lot anyways, right? I mean, you go to Walmart, there's only one little section where there's organic produce, and we don't
Mhm.
have a lot of agriculture going on out here. So we are really put in a situation where we are a desert, and we are a food desert. This is what a food desert, a desert food
Yeah. How
desert
does
looks
someone like not even in this country hear
Uh-huh.
about that? And if like he knew what Ridgecrest was
Yeah,
like. So that's amazing.
just a concept of like we have a fruited mulberry tree, we have an apricot tree that has a lot of fruit on it
Oh,
right
and you
now.
guys were saying strawberries.
Strawberries, we have strawberry barrels, we have um, a banana tree that's in a greenhouse that's growing really well, a grapefruit tree that's growing fruit on it. So we're going to have a large production. I mean, people don't think you can grow grapefruit, oranges, citrus, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of innovative ways to actually grow any and everything. Like we have
Amazing.
at my home, we have a passion fruit vine there. We have
What?
grapevines. We have tons of strawberries, boysenberries, blackberries. And we
So
have
do you guys
so
have
many.
loofah growing yet? I've always
No,
been
we
interested
don't.
in loofah.
We don't. Actually, we have someone who is on our board of directors for Holistic Divine Innovations. She grows a lot of loofahs, and she actually has a loofah selling business that her daughter runs.
Oh, wow.
So her daughter sells loofahs.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's a next. That's next. We can grow loofahs out here.
Okay, let's start with like making some pesto first before I start
Okay,
getting crazy.
we'll start with
Before I start
pesto.
going off.
Uh-huh.
So let's also, financially it's been ran on
Uh-huh.
donations. Thankful to local community
Uh-huh.
sponsors, business sponsors,
Yes.
everything. Is there a way for people to donate?
Yes. We have a Facebook campaign going on right now.
Which I will link to the show in the show notes for everybody and
Yes,
in the
so
comments.
we have that going on. You can donate via the Facebook campaign, which is the most effective because they don't
Oh.
take any money out. So, if you
Oh.
go like GoFundMe and all that stuff, they take away maybe around like 3%.
So and there's just a donate button on the Facebook
Yes. So there's a
page.
donate button on. Yes, actually, there is. So there's a
Okay.
donate button on the Facebook page. If you go to our page, which I think is on Holistic Divine Innovations. So
Okay.
you would go to the Holistic Divine Innovations page. You can click donate, but we actually have an actual campaign
Mm-hmm.
that's running on the Ridgecrest Community Garden page and
Amazing.
Holistic.
So I
And
will
you
make
can,
sure to get that
yeah,
to
you can
everybody.
donate there, or you can go directly to our website, holisticdivineinnovations.org, and you can hit the donate button and you can donate that way. Or I would say donate physically. You can physically come to the garden and make a donation. That way you can actually see the garden.
So make sure to message someone first so
Yes,
someone's
uh-huh.
there.
Yeah,
Don't just start leaving money in a barrel,
yeah,
y'all. Like,
because we probably won't see it and somebody will probably take
but
it.
maybe someone needs it. Again, give a
Uh-huh.
penny, take a penny. But yes, so that's awesome. I think that's a great way to experience everything
Oh
is
yeah.
meeting one-on-one with someone there,
Hmm.
seeing the garden
Seeing,
and
getting a tour. I mean, we just did a tour for the Girl Scouts,
okay.
which was nice. We are going to schedule a lot more tours. We're going to schedule a lot more in person and virtual events
Okay.
because we want that awareness. We definitely want people to know how to grow and to believe that you can grow anything out here.
I think it's just fun. Like so many times, how do we hear, or how many times do we hear, I'm bored. There's
Uh
nothing to
huh.
do here. There's this, there's that. Well, I think that's great that it's open all day. You
Oh
can go and at
yes.
least just walk through it
Uh
and
huh.
see and experience that. This
Yes.
beautiful little portion
It
of
is,
Ridgecrest is
yes.
happening because of Ridgecrest, because of the community
Yes,
and
and
surrounding.
it was a major need for, that the community wanted. And
Hmm.
that's how it happened. They wanted it to happen. Some people believed in it and some people did it,
I
which
hope
I'm
they're
not going
like,
to exaggerate or I'm not going to lie or anything, but there are some people who just did not believe that it can happen.
I hope now it's seeing is believing.
Yes.
So it was an amazing experience to go there and walk and see it all.
Thank you.
So
I love when people come in and see it because there's still a huge population out here who doesn't know that we're here because we're in one of the oldest parts of town, and
yeah.
that's not an area that people actually go and drive through. So I think it's even
You're not like
amazing.
on the corner of China
Yeah,
Lake Boulevard.
we're
That's
not just
prime
you
real
can't just
estate.
drive down a major street and see us. So you have to actually search intentionally for us or come across us on accident. So
Hmm.
I think it's amazing for a lot of people that do not live in a neighborhood to actually come to the neighborhood and see how it's beautifying the neighborhood. This is why I always advocate for more gardens. I want to have a garden in every neighborhood in Ridgecrest. There's so many concepts. I can go on forever with this, but
I can't wait to see where this goes. 'Cause I think that'd be good for people that maybe can't readily get
mhm,
across town and come there.
yes,
So I highly think that that's a great thing and
yeah,
look forward to seeing where this journey goes.
I am excited. I'm always excited when we talk about
So
agriculture.
is there anything else you want to tell us about before we
Um,
head out of here?
no, just there is no limit to what you can grow out here in Ridgecrest.
That's
There is
so
no
wild.
limit, no limitations to what we can grow out here.
If anyone's out there doubting, please drive by, go check out the garden because
And you
it
will
blew my
see,
mind.
yes, we have, I mean, even what is it, grocery outlet, they were selling berries. And,
Oh
I
yeah.
grow tons of berries at home. And I was just like, oh, because they were extremely cheap.
They were very
They were
affordable.
very affordable. So I'm just like, go grab some berries. I would do a live video and I would teach you how to plant it. I would teach you how to nurture your
Oh, what a
berries.
great
So
collaboration.
yeah, I mean, if they are selling berries and they're selling grapevines and they're providing these
And by
things to the
berries, you mean
community,
they're
like the
selling
actual
like the
plant.
plant
Yeah, so
that you
they were
can like
selling,
grow.
yes, and kudos to
Ooh.
Grocery Outlet. Like they took a step into selling boysenberries, which are very difficult to find out here anywhere.
Huh.
Not a lot of people have boysenberry plants. So they were selling boysenberries, blackberries, blueberries, no, not strawberries, raspberries, and grapevines. So,
I will say, grocery outlet, like I went in there one time and they had these tortilla chips
uh-huh,
from San Luis Obispo, which let me tell you, they're
uh-huh.
called Taco Works. And I was like,
I have
I
to try
need
those out.
these. I need these. Like, so from the coast, like
Uh-huh,
everything, getting that stuff. And the manager there was like, yeah, I've been trying to get them. Like, I'll let you
uh-huh.
know. And they are just, they really hit the community mark.
Yeah,
So,
they're a family-owned business, so they
mhm.
are really trying to reach out and provide what the community needs. So when I saw that they had those plants, I was like, "Oh, come on, everybody, go sell them out because those plants on average are like $15 to $20,
Just for one
25
plant,
just for like one of those
like
plants."
one.
One.
Okay.
If you go to
Okay.
like other stores and the nurseries, they sell them for a lot more. So for them to sell them at such a amazing price,
I
I
was
was
going to
just
say it's
like,
like single digit
yeah, they
dollars,
were like
like
7.99.
lower.
That was
Wow.
that is an amazing price. So
Huh.
I definitely wanted the community to know and understand that these grow extremely well out here in Ridgecrest.
That's
They grow
amazing.
extremely well. You would get a huge harvest of blueberries and blackberries and what are
It's
they?
nice to know
Goji and
like
all that stuff.
the one of the key elements here at a credit union is
Hmm.
people helping people.
Yes.
So that's great that you're sharing the wealth with others. Like, hey, this is happening, this is here,
Hmm.
go. And that you're willing to take the time out to teach people
Oh yeah.
how to raise their blueberry
Uh
plant.
huh. Yeah. I mean, it dives back into being sustainable, right?
Hmm.
We should not have to rely on everything else to provide our food, especially if you can grow the food.
Right.
It's
Well,
it's very it's a very I don't know, at least to me, it's a very simple concept, but the work behind it, you have, especially out here, you have to put in some work to grow stuff.
well, I guess you'll see me out at the garden soon, everyone. And then you'll definitely see me making pesto at some point.
Oh
So
yes,
it's
definitely
happening
making
now.
pesto.
Well, thank you so much, Tyrone, for being here, explaining the garden, the upcoming events, everything. And I will definitely link for everybody in watching and watching in the future how to donate, how to help, or
Me
just to
too.
get outside and go
And just
see what is
come,
happening.
yeah, just come see what's happening. Come take some of our harvest home. We don't want any of it to go to waste. so, so we're definitely always looking to give out some free produce. So come stop by and taste the difference between, organically grown fruit or vegetable versus a store bought one.
And it's 231 Halloween.
231 West Hallowood. If you don't
Perfect.
put it in the West,
Oh,
you might end up on the other side of Hallowwood. But if you type in Ridgecrest Community Garden, it'll show up.
perfect. Thank you so much again. And thank you,
Thank
everyone,
you.
for watching. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll see you later.